Hey, what's going on? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today we will be talking about Derek Carr. I'm excited to get into it. It is Combine week, so everyone is out in Indianapolis, including Derek Carr, who will be taking some meetings, 2 repeat meetings and 1 new meeting. So the moral of the story, Derek Carr is meeting with the New York Jets for the second time. He will meet with the Jets, the Saints, and add the Carolina Panthers to the mix on teams that Derek Carr will be meeting with this week. It is an exciting time as the New York Jets do not have a quarterback yet. So they continue their search. Are people getting tired of it? Yes, I'm ready for this thing to be over, but this is something that we need to talk about. So there's no guarantee that he's going to sign this week. I think he is probably best suited to see what happens with Aaron Rodgers and potentially some other quarterbacks that become available. But I would imagine that before free agency starts, which is March 15th, so in a few weeks, really 2 weeks, essentially in these next 2 weeks, you're going to see potentially a lot of changes and guys become available and potential trades and signings. And Carr doesn't have to wait to the beginning of the new league year, which is March 15th, in order to sign a new contract. So I would imagine he's going to get in there before that date. But some interesting notes. Obviously, the Jets and the Saints are the only teams that have met with him already so far. He met with the Saints first when the Saints and the Raiders had a trade package in place to send Carr there. The Jets then got in on it a couple weeks ago and now add the Carolina Panthers to the mix. The Panthers have Frank Reich as their head coach, and they brought in a bunch of really impressive offensive guys on their staff, and that'd be a really nice spot for Derek Carr to go. But I don't know if they're going to go the veteran route. I would think after a couple failed experiments with the veteran or retread route with Sam Darnold and then Baker Mayfield, I think they would rather go through the NFL draft. Or at least if I was a Carolina Panthers fan and or someone in charge of running the Carolina Panthers, that's the route that I would sell. I'd want to go out and draft the next guy because, they just tried the veteran route a couple times in a row and it didn't work. Kind of like how the Jets tried the rookie route the last couple of times with Darnold and Wilson. It didn't really work out. Now you want to go with the veteran to maximize the rest of this roster. They're kind of like in the inverse spot. But the NFC South is a really, I don't want to say easy division, but projects to be an easy division. I think that's the one that's probably the most up for grabs. None of those teams are really all that great. The Bucs just won it this past year, but Tom Brady's retiring, and I think they're going to go full tank mode, and they're going to be in the mix for Caleb Williams next year. The Falcons aren't quite there yet. The Saints took a little bit of a step back, and who knows what their deal is at quarterback. But if Carr goes to, let's say, the Saints, I think they would probably be the front runner for that division. No. And then even if he went to the Panthers, I think you could even maybe make that case, depending on who the heck is the starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints at that point. But again, with Carolina, I just think that it would be a little bit bizarre for them to go the veteran route. Supposedly, another thing of note, too, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but Albert Breer in his report was talking about Carr wanting $35 million, which that seems completely fair. It's a little bit less than I think some were expecting him to come in at. I thought, maybe 37 and a half. There are people who thought upwards of $40 million. But supposedly Albert Breer was saying that it could come in less than $35 million a year, which I think, great. The cheaper that you get him, the better, obviously. But I would think 35 is fair. So if you're getting him for anything less than that, I think it's fair. I wouldn't expect the Jets to jump on it this week. I really think from all the reports that have come out that their preference is Rodgers. So I think they're still waiting on that front. And, listen, I get it. I understand the people who want to just say, forget it. I'm over this Rodgers thing. And I just want to go in for Carr right now. He wants to play, he's available. You don't have to do the song and dance. I get it. I just don't think that's the most likely scenario to happen right now. I think they are going to wait and do their due diligence. There was the report yesterday, again, I believe it was from Breer as well, when he just going through all the different options the Jets are going to have on the table. He mentioned Carr and Rodgers, the top two. He mentioned Jimmy G and Tannehill, which, also made sense. But then there were guys like Geno Smith and Daniel Jones on the list, which, they're going to do their due diligence and try to figure out this quarterback position. It's not going to be necessarily an easy thing to fix, but who knows what they do. But just wanted to get my take out there that the Jets and the Saints are meeting with Derek Carr for a second time. So obviously they have I would assume they have a leg up on Carolina. We'll see if any other teams get in on the mix, but yeah, down in or over in Indianapolis, things are happening at the combine. The rumors are going to start to leak, and there's going to be some information coming out. So that's my take on it. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Matt O'Leary. Make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you next time.